The air thickened, as though the room itself had exhaled a warning. Every shadow seemed to pulse, alive with anticipation, and the temperature dropped as a heat unlike any earthly fire approached. A distant roar echoed, not through the walls, but inside the chest of the child. Their heart pounded in sync with a rhythm older than time, as if the very universe called their name. Then, in a flash of unbearable light, Archangel Michael appeared. His wings unfolded like molten glass, reflecting both fire and ice. Each feather shimmered with its own blaze, yet radiated a calming sanctity. Michael's eyes locked on the child, not with judgment, but with a fiery compassion that pierced through every layer of fear and doubt. His gaze seemed to see both the child's past sins and their unformed potential. Flames erupted from Michael's mouth, not destructive, but alive, dancing in the air like serpents of holy fire. They carried the child's name, calling it, shaping it, claiming it, resonating in the very marrow of their bones. The child stumbled backward, unsure whether to flee or fall to their knees. Every instinct screamed terror, yet something deeper, something sacred compelled them to remain rooted in place. The fire tongues did not burn the flesh, but instead seared the soul with truth. Memories, both hidden and painful, erupted in vivid clarity. Every choice, every lapse, every quiet act of courage, all illuminated in the angel's flame. Michael's wings shifted, the motion creating gusts that lifted dust and whispers of forgotten voices. The child could hear them, fragments of prayers, cries of hope and long-lost laughter, all intertwining with the angelic call. Each syllable of their name resonated with such intensity that it seemed to split the air, vibrating through the walls and into the child's very heartbeat. It was a summoning, but also a benediction, a reminder that they were seen, fully and irrevocably. The child's knees trembled. Tears streamed unchecked, reflecting the fire in Michael's gaze. Fear and awe collided inside them, a maelstrom of emotions that left them raw and alive simultaneously. A deep, resonant voice, not spoken but felt, echoed in the child's mind. "You are called. You are not alone. Do you hear me?" The fire around Michael's tongue writhed, shaping itself into symbols, sigils, and arcs of pure energy. The child felt a pull, an irresistible draw, as if the flames were threads linking them to destiny itself. Every hesitation, every doubt, was met with patience and unwavering clarity from the Archangel. In this moment, time slowed. Every detail of the room, the flames, the wings, the sound of their own breathing, became vivid, as if reality itself had condensed into a singular point of recognition and revelation. Finally, Michael lowered his wings slightly, and the fire softened to a golden glow that illuminated the child's face. The call was still there, persistent yet gentle. The child realized that the choice to answer, or not, was theirs alone, and that the weight of this sacred confrontation was a gift, not a punishment. The air grew heavy, vibrating with an invisible energy that made the hairs on the child's arms stand on end. Shadows stretched and writhed across the walls, as if the room itself had become alive, waiting, watching. A low, resonant hum filled the space, a sound that seemed to come not from outside, but from the child's own chest. Their heartbeat quickened, each thump echoing in time with the trembling of the floor beneath them. Then, in a sudden burst of light, Archangel Michael appeared. His wings unfurled with majestic power, spanning wider than any earthly imagination could contain. Each feather glimmered with fire and gold, yet emitted a calm, almost soothing radiance. Michael's eyes met the child's. They were intense, burning with a fire that could both destroy and heal, yet in them lay a compassion that pierced through every layer of fear. It was as if the angel could see every secret, every fear, every unspoken dream within the child. Flames erupted from Michael's mouth, curling and dancing like living tongues of fire. These flames carried the child's name, speaking it aloud in a voice that reverberated through the room, through the walls, and into the child's very bones. The child faltered, unsure whether to run or kneel, but the fire called them, not with threat, but with sacred insistence. It drew them forward, binding them to the moment, and to the destiny they had yet to fully understand. The flames did not burn flesh. Instead, they seared the soul, illuminating memories long hidden, moments of weakness, moments of courage, moments of love and despair. Each memory shimmered in the firelight, undeniable and raw. Michael's wings shifted, creating a wind that stirred whispers in the air. The child could hear faint voices, prayers, laughter, tears, all woven into the sacred sound of their name. The angel's fire was alive, calling, shaping, and claiming the child's essence. Every syllable of the name echoed with a force that vibrated through the child's very being. It was a summoning and a blessing, a reminder that they were seen and known beyond measure, beyond time. Tears streamed down the child's face as fear, awe, and wonder collided inside them. The flames reflected in their eyes, a mirror of the divine confrontation taking place in that suspended moment. A voice, deep and resonant, filled the child's mind. "You are called. You are not alone. Do you hear me?" The fire around Michael twisted and shaped itself, forming symbols and arcs of pure light, pulsing in rhythm with the call. The child felt an irresistible pull, as if invisible threads from the fire were connecting directly to their soul. Every hesitation, every doubt, was met with patience and clarity from Michael's unwavering presence. Time itself seemed to slow. Every detail, the flicker of the flames, the spread of the wings, the sound of breathing, the rapid beating of the heart, became vivid, condensed into a singular, crystalline moment of revelation. Finally, Michael lowered his wings slightly, and the fire softened to a warm, golden glow. The child's name still echoed, but now it was gentle, persistent, and inviting. The choice was theirs to answer or to step back, and in that choice lay both the weight and the grace of destiny. The golden glow softened the edges of reality, bathing the child in warmth that seemed to pulse with life itself. The fire on Michael's tongue no longer scorched, but illuminated, revealing the contours of possibility, of choice. The child's knees trembled as they felt the weight of the moment settle upon them. Every instinct whispered retreat, yet a deeper, unseen force urged them forward, urging recognition and surrender to what had been called forth. Michael's gaze softened, but never left the child. There was no judgment in his eyes, only patient expectation, as though he waited for the child to see themselves as he saw them. Whole, fragile, capable, and vital. A silence fell, not empty but full of anticipation. The child could hear the faint echo of their own heartbeat, intertwined with the hum of divine presence that lingered in the room. Every breath seemed sacred, every blink a small eternity. Slowly the child raised a trembling hand, fingers brushing against the golden light that emanated from the angel. It felt alive, like molten warmth and quiet strength merged into a tangible touch, a bridge between the mortal and the divine. The fire shifted subtly, responding to the child's movement. Each flame became less a roar and more a whisper, a conversation that existed beyond words. The name that had burned through the child's bones now resonated as an invitation, not a command. Tears streamed freely, carrying away fear, doubt, and old wounds. The child felt their soul expand, breathing in the sacred fire and letting it settle gently within. This was not destruction but transformation, a rebirth of courage and purpose. Michael extended a hand, immense and yet welcoming. The gesture was not of power but of partnership, an offering of guidance and strength without the chains of obligation. The child felt the gravity of destiny in that single reach. Every instinct in the child's body screamed with recognition. They were standing at the threshold of something greater than themselves, something that required trust, surrender, and the courage to act. A deep, resonant vibration filled the air, the sound of eternity acknowledging their presence. The child inhaled sharply, feeling the call no longer outside themselves but within, echoing in the very marrow of their being. Then, with a sudden clarity, the child stepped forward fully, hand reaching into Michael's, touching the golden warmth. The fire no longer intimidated but embraced, sealing the connection between mortal and angelic purpose. The wings shifted, enclosing the child in a cocoon of light. Shadows receded, and every trembling heartbeat aligned with the rhythm of something eternal, sacred, and unwavering. Michael's voice, gentle yet commanding, spoke in the child's mind. "Rise and carry what has been given. Fear not, for you are seen and you are chosen." The child rose, standing fully in the glow of the angelic fire. No words were needed. In the silence that followed, the choice had been made. The sacred confrontation had ended, and the journey forward had begun. The golden light lingered, fading slowly into the calm hum of the room. The child stood alone, yet profoundly changed, marked by fire and call, ready to answer what lay ahead.